Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawadah from the Men of Valor campaign, Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And today, I'm going to do the Psalm of the day, which is, Psalms chapter 64. Which is the spirit, because I actually wanted to go in on Esau's ass a little bit, man, and this is a psalm that highlights this. We bring this out when we talk about the elites, Esau, Amalek, all right, the ones that are pulling the strings behind the scenes, thinking that they can't be seen, but the Heavenly Father sees them, all right, because the Heavenly Father is controlling them on the left-hand side, all right, and we have nothing to fear because the right hand is always greater than the left, okay? We come under the banner of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We don't come under the banner of Satan. All right, that's how these Edomites move. All right, so we have the authority here. But even David, because David, not only was he a king, but he was a prophet. And a lot of times he would prophesy, not about situations that he personally was in, but over Israel as a whole. All right, he is our king after all, right? So let's get into it, man. It's only 10 verses, but it's heavy and it's very much relevant. So this is Psalms chapter 64 and verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Now, who is the wicked? Malachi, the first chapter, says that the wicked is Esau, Edom, the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. It says that from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right, so Micah, the second chapter, they woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. All right, so it's about these devils, man. All right, the Illuminati, so to speak, the cabal, the elites, whatever you want to call them. All right, they're the ones pulling the strings, and they're the ones that are trying to set up this new government. All right, they're going to be the ones that implement the MOTB. They're going to be the ones that put to death people that don't want to get down with their program. Okay, so King David's saying right here, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. How do we hide? We hide in the secret place of the Heavenly Father. We hide in this truth. That is our protection against these the workers of iniquity. 2/3 of our people don't have that protection. That's why they're going to be subject unto the destruction that comes from the sword, which is Esau, Edom. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? You see how they speak about Jake? They try to make us the face of crime, the face of evil, the face of whoredom, the face of just dysfunction, when really they're the face of it. They shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Who is the perfect? Ultimately is Israel. All right, but they're definitely shooting in secret at at the elect. Okay, they're trying to get the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. It says, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They don't have any fear of repercussions. They've gotten over with beating us over the head for many centuries, so they don't think the Lord is going to show up for us. But he is. Okay, and that's what the Lord is about to go into. Verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. All right, these people are not moral. They're not humane. All right, it says they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily, they say, who shall see them? Right. They do all this shit in secret. And that's where the internet, they fucked up by letting the internet get as big as it did, because now they can't hide. All right. Now everybody, even MAGA's on their ass about these Epstein files, man. And emails and shit are coming out about Donald Trump's relationship with Bill Clinton, his relationship with young girls and all that shit, man. It's coming out. All right. It's coming out that your president is a freak. And MAGA, all right, Edomite MAGA they don't know how to process this shit, man. All right, they're about to self-destruct. And a nation divided against himself is brought to desolation. The Lord said he was going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And we're seeing it. All right, and so they do this shit in secret, and they say, who shall see them? Verse 6, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, right? They get all into it, man. They want to know what makes Jake tick. Epstein, had some, there's some emails coming out saying that, and I know the brother was reading to me yesterday, saying that blacks are, we're basically evolutionarily behind, however the fuck you put it. It was some false science. But that's what they're talking about. They look at us as inferior. So they accomplish a diligent search. They run tests on us and shit. It says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Think about that movie Get Out. They were mesmerized by our physique and they wanted to transition their minds into our bodies and to make the so-called perfect human. Well, no, that's not gonna fucking happen. But that's what they think about. Verse 7. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. All right. And the Lord is going to destroy their system. The Lord has them deteriorating from the inside out. Okay. They're telling on themselves, as it's going to say in the next verse. The Lord sending his prophets on the highways and byways to expose his devil's plans. That's another way that he's been wounded. Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And you got Marjorie Taylor Greene. You got all these whistleblowers coming out, about these Epstein files. You got MAGA turning on Trump, telling you, spoiling the plans of what they had, what the elites had planned. That's what Aaron Russo did back in the 90s, talking to Nick Rockefeller, saying that they wanted total control. And this was decades before they're actually about to start doing it. This has been in the works. They didn't just conjure this up. This has been a plan to micro-C-hip everybody. So, now their tongue is falling upon themselves. And it says, all that see them shall flee away. You have nations starting to separate themselves from the company of America, from the company of Western society. All right. Verse 9, it says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of the Lord, for they shall wisely consider of his doings. Right. We're in a time where the Lord is about to get his credit, man. All right. The Lord's name is going to be established on the earth again. His fear is going to go out. Verse 10, it says, the righteous shall be glad in the Lord Yahweh and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. And that's a perfect way to end out this psalm, man. The righteous will be glad in the Lord. All right, we're going to praise the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We're going to trust in him, and all the upright in heart, we're going to glory, man. We're going to glory in our power, the fact that he's going to bring this fucking devil down, man. We're excited. We embrace this. These people don't want America to end. They don't want America to fall. But it's falling. Okay? The scriptures say that Babylon is falling. It's falling. It's become the habitation of devils. When this place gets nuked off the face of the earth, man. All right? And you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself, man. You had the authority. And guess what? You furthered our affliction. And the Lord is going to come and save us, man. All right? So that was Psalm chapter 64, man. Beautiful, beautiful psalm, man. And very relevant for the times that we're in. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.